In this lesson, I want to discuss disease, how disease affects the body, and specifically the immune system and how the immune system of the body handles disease and some of the specific things that happen. So let's start with some definitions. We're going to talk about infectious disease. Infectious diseases are diseases that can be passed along from one person to another. They're not something that you just get in your own body, like cancer or heart disease or diabetes. This is a disease that's caused by some kind of an organism, a pathogen, such as a bacteria, a virus, a fungus. You could even have some kind of a strange worm inside of you or even an insect inside of you. And these we call pathogens. They're disease-causing organisms. When you're infected with these, your immune system is activated and it fights off the pathogen. So let's talk a little bit about the parts of your immune system. Your immune system consists of your adenoids and tonsils, your spleen, and these are all places where the specific cells that defend your body, the white blood cells, hang out. They also hang out in lymph nodes, which are located along the insides of your knees, in your groin area, they're in your armpits, and in your neck. And in these areas of the body are also places where the white blood cells hang out. Then, of course, the thymus gland, which is located right on top of your heart, and where the white blood cells are actually created or generated, grown, is in the bone marrow of your long bones, like your leg bones. The other thing I want to make sure you're aware of is the difference between bacteria and viruses. We hear about people being infected by both, so let's talk about the differences, because they are very different. Bacteria, generally, when they cause a problem, is when they make toxins or poisons. So they grow inside of you, and as they're growing, they create toxins, and then you have a reaction to that. Two examples of bacterial disease. Strep throat is one, and some of you may be familiar with strep throat. That's caused by a bacteria. And then TB, or tuberculosis. Tuberculosis is caused by a bacteria as well. Two viral diseases, actually three. When they invade your body, they actually go inside of your body cells and kill your body cells. They attack and kill your body cells, and they reproduce inside of you. And some diseases caused by viruses, chickenpox is an example. The cold, the common cold when you get a cold, or when you get the flu or influenza, those are all examples of viral diseases. The other thing that's different about bacteria and viruses is their size. So this edge here that you're seeing represents a human cell. That's a liver cell. So that's just the very tip. This whole thing is going to be the human cell. And then this green that you see kind of as the background with the little hairs coming out, these are little pili that come out. This is to represent a bacterial cell, so you can see it's much smaller than a human cell. But even smaller than that are these viruses. Okay, so these are all little viruses. You see how small they are. Okay, this is a herpes virus, it says. This is pox virus, so maybe like a smallpox or a chicken pox. Okay, adenovirus, that causes a cold. So you see how small it is in comparison. In fact, in comparison, here's a ribosome. Very, very tiny. So when you're infected like this, your body has three lines of defense. The first line of defense is what we call the surface defense. It's the skin, the mucous membranes, and then things like acid in our stomach. So our first line of defense is to keep the things out. Your skin is very dry. Nothing can grow on it much. The mucous membranes trap anything in your nose, in your throat. You trap things before they can ever get into your body, and then you end up blowing your nose and you blow them out, or you cough and cough them out. And then anything that comes into our stomachs, mostly the acid will kill it off. So most of the time you get infected with something, it never ever makes its way in. That's our surface defense. So here's what I was talking about. This is to represent your skin. It's a model of the skin. So down here your skin is reproducing and making new cells, and as the cells grow, they push upward, and then the top cells are dead, and then the top, very, very top layer of skin is all these dead cells. Nothing can grow there. It's dry and the cells are dead. Oh, the other thing that I didn't mention is your tears. Your tears wash things out of your eye and make sure that no nasty critters can get in.